time has come. We are chopping up peppers and we're going to get them canned. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Washing your peppers and then slicing them is going to be the first steps to canning your peppers. I cut the tops off and then I de-seed them. Then I tried my best to keep them all equal sizes as I'm slicing them. I normally slice them like 1/4 of an inch thick. Once they're all sliced, I give them another rinse just to get any seeds off of them, and then I pour some water on top of them just to where they're covered. We're going to get them on the stove and we're going to bring them up to a boil, and then once they reach a boil, we're going to simmer them for 5 minutes. At the same time, I'm going to put 2 quarts of water in my pressure canner. That way that can start warming up as well. While that's warming up, we're going to prep our jars with 1/4 teaspoon of Redmond rose salt and 1 teaspoon of vinegar. Then we're going to start filling up our jars. Since the peppers are hot, that is why the water in the pressure canner needs to be warm as well. Hot jars go into a hot canner. Cold jars go into a cold canner. Once I got them filled, I needed an inch of head space, and then I cleaned my rims, and then I put my lids on. I did forget to debubble, but I think we'll live. But don't forget to debubble. Then we put our rings on fingertip tight. Then we loaded up the pressure canner. Before we put the jars in, we did add a rack in there. Then we're going to get our lid on with no weight on top. I have my fire set to medium high. Then you'll be checking for your steam vent to be steaming steadily. Once you consistently have a steady stream of steam, you're going to set your timer for 10 minutes. Once your timer goes off, then it's time to put your weight on. I'm below 1,000 feet elevation, so we're doing 10 pounds. When my canner came up to 10 pounds of pressure, we timed it for 35 minutes. When the timer went off, we turned off the fire and let the pressure come completely down to 0. Once the gauge reaches completely down to 0, then you can take off your weight. I let my pot rest for a little while just with the weight off, making sure it's completely depressurizing. Then after around 10 minutes, I crack open my lid just barely. After it's been cracked a couple minutes, then I finally remove the lid. The reason why we're taking our time with this is so the temperature doesn't shock the jars whenever we just open the canner. Now I take my jars and then I put them on top of a bath towel and I stack them pretty close to each other. And the reason why I do this is so I can wrap them in that bath towel afterwards. These are the peppers right outside of the pressure canner. They're still bubbling. Then we're going to wrap them and keep them super warm throughout the night, and then we're going to check them when we wake up. I unwrap them, and the first thing I need to know is how many seals. We have lost our freezer more than once, and I just love being able to store things on a shelf instead of in the freezer. And all 9 sealed. Happy dance. Now my favorite part, putting them on my shelf for me to admire until I eat them.